Starting in a few minutes. Well, you know how early I am. Anyway, just bear with me. Hello, good morning, afternoon, evening. Now, I know. I only decided I was going to do this live 20 minutes ago. So, yes, I know. I just thought I'm going to use my new collection again. And I thought I want to show you some like little inspirations. And I thought, while I'm doing it, I might as well show you. It sounds a bit daft, but yeah, I might as well show you. So I thought I'd do a few like, hi Jenny, a few ideas with them. Now, the whole premise of mindful moodling has always been about taking time out for yourself, and me giving you sort of ingredients and you doing your own recipe from that. You know, and I'm doing some work with Creative Stamper and mental health. So I thought, well, why not just show you what I do, show you the practice, show you some of the things how I come up with it. And it's not planned in any way. It's not planned in any way. But one of the things that I wanted to show you was how you can sort of start with something, have no plans, and then work from it. So what I've got is, where's the camera all skew with? So I've got my stamps, I'll show you in a minute. And these are the frames that I cut out using my mixed media dies. I'm not expecting anybody on today, really, because, from 20 minutes ago, who's going to watch? So anyway, oh, what's up with this? Go away. Excuse me 1 minute. It's having a bit of a moment. But if I put on this thing, where is it? Oh, it's messing about. Right? You are able to get the pens I'm going to use half price. Okay? So just thought I'd tell you that. You go to Highlight Crafts, half price, £20 to 10ish. Right? So this is the main one. I'm not going to show you everything because I don't want to do that. So this is one of the frames I've cut out. Now, if I show you, and you see it's got a bevel on it. Oh, it's mucky, but this is my template. And I was looking at some of my stitching, and whilst I need the bigger one for this, some of my stitching, it's expensive to get these framed, but if I only had that one, how cool is that? But with the other dies, I've got the thinner ones that work perfectly, and I'm saving myself loads of dosh. Anyway, if you like that, I'm so happy with that. Anyway, go away with this. So what I've got, outside frame, piece of paper. The paper that comes with the kit later on is this. So I'm not going to use that today because I just want to use this. I want to create a real proper Moodle, like getting back to my roots. And I've got my other frame in it. So I love the way it all sort of slots together like this. Cool. Got others, and it's great because you know that's the space you're working on. I've got my stamps, and I'm using my background ones. Now these are all taken. I sat down with the wonderful designer, graphic designer, and Lauren. She's amazing at Highlight Crafts, and she actually showed me where these were from, and it was really interesting because sometimes people see what they see, and we're not always looking for those things. So these are all, let me take the stamps off because they're well loved and used. Please don't lose them. Please don't lose them. So I'm just going to take them off so you can see them, because they are well loved and used. So cool for backgrounds. Look at that tiny weeny hat. That could be on the back of me, stuff that. So you know what I mean, if I wanted to. I'll never get these back. Right, so this is the first lot. So I've got my dingle dangle dongles, and I've got some lines. Now these lines here all have a cutting line. I've got some, these look like trees, so you could have with Christmas trees. That camera is rotten. Come on. Oh, dear me. I'll have to just wait for it to feel like it can do it. So we've got elements here. These have all got cutting edge. These tiny things I drew, I didn't know I drew them. So let's look at this one then. Can you see it? We've got, no, let me take these off, because you do need to see it. You do, honestly. Because not just because I drew them, but because it's news to me. It's great to me how she's able to take stuff and my drawings, and they still look like my drawings. They're not all fancied up. Here's the other one. So I love this one because it's got a separate flower like that. But I love all these patterns, look, because I can make all my own like doodles with it and moodles. I love it for that. Love it for that. And then I've got another one that looks like that, which is if you just want to build up a card front, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So I do really love these. I love them because why don't they? Oh, that's why. Why don't they fit back on? Because you're using it the wrong way, stupid woman. Right. Now you see some of these look like leaves, and yet they're not leaves. They were made for. I'm just going to shove them there to be here all day. These were made for other things, and they've been sort of. That one there is just. That one there is just up and down on triangle, but turn it that way, it's got a leaf. And then that one is one of my favourites. It's Hessian that I've pulled apart and then drawn it. Anyway. So loads of different patterns. I love it. Look at that little paisley there. And this is pointillism. So this is from if you want to create depth. It's already done for you. Swirly curly ones which go with if you want to add more to that. Can you see? And then these bits fit in there. Honestly, it's up to you. What you do need to do is have them out so you can play with them. Just going to go back and see if anybody's talking to me. Honestly, I'm not expecting anybody here. How do you get the subtitles off? Just turn them off, my love. Just go to your own settings and turn them off. Hi, Linda. Hi, lovely. So I've got this person here. How do I get the subtitles off? Just switch them off, my love. I don't have anything over whether you use your subtitles. You must go to your settings. Let me see. Yeah, it's on your subtitles. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna. No problem. Right, can we get on now? Yep. So I'm using Versifine. Look at the state of that. It's well loved, isn't it? Got me bits there. I'm using my pens, and in here, these are the Craftmaster Flexiline liners. Right, these are so cool. I do a lot of my work with these because they're just cool. There's no other way for it. Just cool. Because they have got such a fine point that allows you to draw, put colour and paint with them as well. So, you know what I mean? It's cool. So what I'm going to do now is, don't lose my little thing. Oh, don't lose my hand. Right. So I said it was only 20 minutes ago I did this. So I don't know what's happening here. I can't get off that. Oh, stuff it. So right, I'm just drawing on there the shape. Doesn't matter that that's skew width at all. Doesn't matter at all, because I just want that shape, you know. You could just put that on if you want and make it straight. So if you want it on that side. Sometimes people they get a bit perturbed, don't they? A bit, oh, for crying out loud. Right, okay. Now this also fits one of the small IKEA frames, which is brilliant, because then you can frame it. So, okay, I'm going from side to side, yeah, and I'm going to have that on there. So I'm going from side to side. So I'm going to look for the wiggly lines. So, and I'm going to put all my bits and bobs on here. Sorry, the black, you can't see them, it's black on black, isn't it? Would it be better if I just did this on? Yeah, I think so. There we go. Just do it on here, and you can see what I'm doing. So I've got that there. I'm on the thing. I've got like it's not flexible. I've got a flexible one, which I use because of my hands, or I've got a harder one. So it's up to you what you use. You could just slam it down, or use your doofers. So your doofers are no, I'll have that one straight like that because it's got like little flowers on it. I'll show you which one because it's a bit hard to see, isn't it? It's that one. Okay, it's that one. So putting that one there and putting this one, maybe, no, not yet. Get your rubbers out. Or, oh yeah, what about, I love this. It's like creating your own story. Oh, yes. This one is like brickwork, flowers. You must make a mask with these. That's what I found. Choices, 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 choices. Love it. So on this one, I've got all these little bits I can make, like little bits of doodads with doodads. There. There. Put them all out like this so you can see them. And then, let's see. One there. Oh, I like that because it gives me some. Do you know? I changed my mind. Put that there. There. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. So let's pick it up. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hit the room. Hit the room. Boom, boom, boom. Right, I'm gonna be naughty now. I know. But I've drawn where I need them to be. And it doesn't matter if they go wrong. Seriously, because we'll make it a pattern the other way. I'm making it a quick landscape at the moment, but you don't have to. You can make this whatever you want. We can have it landscape, portrait. And just stamp in them. Oh, look at that, look at that. Woo! Right, I'm going to show you some little tricks now. I sound like a pub, don't I? It's me. I have to have it with ice. So I've got these here, which I think are just going to be perfect for building up like your little. Now these I do want on. Can you see how I outfit? Look at that. And these are my dingle dangles, which come out later for dangle cards, which are brilliant. Anyway, so I've got my main essence. I'm going to just check here. Perfect. So this stamp is in line with an R8. Okay, so I'm just going to finish it off. You don't have to do this. You can if you want. And what you can do is make it come across the page or not. Right, you don't know where I've been there, do you? You don't know really where I've been. That looks like clouds, doesn't it? You know, if you was to put a... No, I want a straighter line. Whoa, where's that line gone? Just add it. You could put them in as clouds. Right, okay. No, hang on. Where's my line gone? Oh, here it is. Right. What you could do is have them as your lines for your clouds. Look, but we're not going to do that today. So that's our line. I want something coming down here. Right, okay. Perfect. Can you see this bit here? Right. I have got my round one. I'll use my round. Oh, it's stuck. So looking at that, I'm thinking, where did I do that before like that? No. That's all. Perfect. So it's creating a story which I think works perfectly well with the Red Robins and Lemon Lane, because I know Steph likes to create stories with her work. I know David, his last creation, what was that like? Wasn't it gorgeous? With his just trying to line this up now to see. Might need a little bit more coming through. Right, so yeah, it was just stunning, and Amanda and Mel just right. Clean your fingers with this. So if the thing was to go like that, no, that's better. No, we'll leave that because it's annoying me at the moment, that bit, only because I need to put a wall on it if I'm going to create. So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean like that. Does that make sense? To make it 3D, and then the river would come there. So I don't want to make it too confusing because I really don't want to cause problems. But what I am going to do is get my little doofers like this, and I'm going to just stamp little doofers. Now that's not the proper name for them, but who cares? I might change this. I might not do flowers now. I might do lines. I think that would be better, wouldn't it? Oh yes. Get that. Right. I'm going to try and be clean. Perfect. bit more. So use a bit left-handed better, I think. Perfect. Oh, look at that. So I'm now changing it a little bit, making it look like more like a dingle dangle rather than a full-on picture or, you know, landscape. I'm changing it a bit because I want to. I'm using another doofer, which is with this speak for line. See how easy it is? So, because I quite like it like that as well, which changes it completely. So I'm going to get rid of that. I would if I could. If I could. Oh, it's like fresh air, that. Right. So, I've got that. Here I want some more. I think I'll use colour on that though. Right, okay, so let's Moodle. Let's get ready to Moodle. So we're using a size 8 is the one that goes with the lines, but you don't need to use a size 8 if we're going to do the stuff inside. If we're doing the stuff inside, we can go for a finer one and we can use this, but look at the state of my scruffy. Okay, let's try it. I'm just drawing, see where these lines are? You don't have to be neat, you don't have to be anything. And these are all coming at the same sort of intermittent patterns. If you feel that you've not done it enough, just go like that and go over it. I'm liking a lot of those doofers. I did bring my rubber out, but it's gone somewhere hiding. It hides behind on me, this stuff. Oh, I wanted to show you. I used Cadence for my one of my old watercolour rice papers, but just to show you the cadence on it anyway. I shouldn't tell you. So let's look at some of the patterns I've got. So if you've had a bit of a peak tongue with some of your stamping, then go on with your pen, because I've made it quite clear what they are. You know, I'm not hiding anything. They're like little bubbles here. So we've got this here. So let's go for further away, nearer. And if you find that shading element quite hard, what you need to do is just think, right, I'll do it all and then I'll put another layer on there. And that's a bit easier, I find, for showing people how to do these, because what is up with that? Sorry about pressing buttons. Everything's gone blue. Right, I can't see some of the comments, so I do apologise. So here, I'm just going to put in some circles. Now I'm using a big 0.8 pen, right, which is good for the strength and ink I'm using, because it looks like it's part of the design. Yeah, and then got to be done. follow the lines or put another one underneath, or use your cutting lines to create a decoupage effect, which I'm going to do. Some of my samples have got that, you know, like a decoupage, cut it up, and then I'm going to do away. I keep getting this person called Pamela Towns trying to befriend me, and I must admit I haven't got many friends requests left, but can I just explain that I don't just accept friends, especially if there's no picture, no nothing on their account, because if you've got one picture of a dog, I don't really think it could be real. So if you are a real person, I do apologise, but yeah, that's why I look at the profile, and if I don't really know him, you know, I just think it could be detrimental. So let's look at some patterns for that then. That's better. So I wonder what to do. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So can you see we're getting this nice little tubular pattern? Oh, love it. Love it when it goes right. Hate it when it goes wrong, you know, but don't we all? So dilemma. Just doing one bit here because I'm a bit confused with how it's supposed to look. So colouring it in like that. I'll show you some dotty work how to do it in a minute. And then I have to do that now. So put a circle in the middle, and then what we're going to do is follow the line. So we're following that line, keeping it parallel. Parallel is when it never meets train tracks. Well, sort of, because I can't say that's crazy, is it? And then I kind of like it like that. So we've got this shape here, which could do. I don't want to keep doing everything like that because it just looks like you're just filling it in with. Put it like that there. Oh yeah, that fits great there. Dangly. I could put that one there, couldn't I? Just to fill that. Oh, choices. So here, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Like a lace. Like a broderie onglet. I don't think that's the right word, but broderie onglet. Broderie onglet. Whatever it is, it's that. Like a lace. Like you got on your knickers. If you were posh. Mine just got elastic in. So we've got this. We've got this pattern coming down now, which is good. Just going to create an a wiggly line, and the reason for that is I just want to create more of an organic feel to that. There we go, that's it. Don't look great. Don't need to. Doesn't need to. So right, let's put some patterning in. I don't know what pattern I'm doing yet. Oh, do you know what this reminds me of? Years ago, we used to have them ladies in lamps and oil dripping down. Do you remember them? Sure, it was oil. It was like the oil lamps. They weren't particularly nice, but that's quite nice. Yeah, it was oil, I'm sure of it. Right, okay, we'll do one more here. Nice pattern happening there. Still think we need to do some more around it, but we will. Well, I know what we can do. To go with the line of stitching, I don't mean line, I mean, you know, the sort of idea of stitching, add sort of fake stitching around it. There we go. So some fake stitching now, got some pattern. Still, this is still annoying me because what I need to do is create yeah. Right, where's me? Yes, I'm going to put that one on again. And I'm going to get this ink pad. Oh, hang on, I'm going to. Where's that one gone? That's better. I want to get away from that landscape now. See how it all changes, and that's why I love it, because I can just change it. I don't have to be. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no me sticking to one thing. I don't want to do that. Brilliant. So just added that now. I'll move it up and show you. That's it. I love that. So we've got that line coming down there. We've got another shape happening here. And what I might do is have it coming through. So right, okay. I do need a rubber because that's really annoying me now. No, my pens. Ah, no. I hope if they've gone down that end, I'll scream. Hang on. Have I dropped any down here? Oh, you blooming rubbish woman. You're blooming rubbish. Dropped them down the end of the thing. Dropped them down the back. Silly woman. I've got the colours that I need. Right, okay. quite like that. See that? See, you get carried away and go over it. See how I've tried to bring those two in now? Let's get some colour in. I would suggest you tidied your table and you didn't have it looking like this, because then you don't get mucky hands. But hey ho, it'll take me half an hour to do that. Just get the pens out, because you need them in your families. Oh, pardon me. Oh, you're still on, sorry. What is going on with this today? Right, oh I know plenty of weirdos. Some of them are alright. Some ain't so clever, but you got to give everybody a chance, haven't you? So what I'm going to do is get my pens out. If there's any down the back, then I will go a little bit nutty. So get your colours out, get them in your families, and then you can go from there then if you want. And I'm just going to get them in relatively simple ones. They don't work like this though. And people might think it's a bit anal doing this, but it isn't. It's really important actually, because then you've got more choice to what you want to do, rather than just, you know, thinking, oh, I've got those colours that are on the top, which is what we tend to do all the time. As I was saying yesterday, you've got warm and cool, right? So if you look at these, how many colours you've got, purples? You've got warm and cool in all of the colours. And I was explaining how we did it yesterday, and if you've got a minute, go and have a look. Push that back. Put them in. So I'm going to look at some colours now. Now I haven't got a lot of pattern in here, but the first thing I want to do is I want to create some colour here. So I think I'm going to go, should we go, if I create yellow, it's going to look like sunset. So I'm not going with yellow. I'm going to go with this here. No. Yes. So now I did do it with 2 pens yesterday. So do I want light there or dark there? Light there, dark there. Right, okay. I'm going to go with dark. So just integrate where you've drawn and then just bring them out. Take your time. I'm having to put my pen on the slant because if I put it straight up, the camera wants to dot with it and it goes all skew with like it's doing. So just nice and light. Forget everything. Just go with it. Turn my voice off if you wish, but just really get into that zone. And it really is relaxing. Just forget that you've got whatever to do, washing your smalls, or just go with it. So here what I'm going to do is just flick some colours out. And by that I mean I'm distributing the colour, not all over, just breaking it up. Because as you can see, I don't really want this as dense up here. If you're new to what I do, mindful moodling is something to do with take time out of your day for yourself. Check it that you've got 10 minutes to do something, because that way you'll be very happy about going on and doing work. And mindfulness is really important for yourself. Sorry, I didn't tell you, I'm taking the next colour up, and you go back over, and then a little bit more out. Yeah, and take time. We're all too busy. I've just done a magazine article, right, this morning. And I love doing it, and I'm very happy to do it. And it's for mind. So I'm not being paid for it at all. But I'm happy to do it. But I needed a break. Because even though I'm doing something purposeful and really, really important, I needed a break from it, and I wanted to be creative. So I thought, right, 25 to, right, come on, get a live done. And that just, it's the proof that, I do what I say. It's not like I go away and pretend. And I didn't have to tell you all that, sorry about the magazine, but it really is important that you realise that whatever your important things are, then prioritise them. And then when you'd have a lunchtime or even at work, whatever, you take your time out, put your earphones in and watch a video or do something creative for yourself. And then when you go back to work, you're refreshed and you're happier to do it. So now I'm going back up. So what we've done is dark, going lighter. And now there's still another one. I could put an aqua with it as well. So I'm just bringing the light in. Okay, so quite like that. I could use some really, which I might do in a minute. Woo, that might be an idea, tiny bit. But I could even, now the fibre tips on these, I've been belting these for ages and I've not broke one. I've not split them. The colour's still flowing. Done lots and lots of work with them. So I can highly recommend them. And if you put that code in when you go to Highlight Crafts, you get 50% off, which is a madness. Right. There we go. We've got a really nice sort of feel to it now. What I am going to do then is using the dark blue, I'm drawing circles in this one. It doesn't really matter because it's a tiny weeny pattern, but it doesn't matter. And then here, a lighter one. Now, if you like colouring in, if you've got colouring in books, this is for you. You can make your own. You can do anything. The little journal that is supplied, the journal page, Concertina, I nearly said Cortina then. They really help you to start your book. So it really is a load of ingredients, and then you put your recipe together. I'm just going to go blue. Need to just clean that. No, I don't. It's not. I'm just thinking that it's not dry. but it is. Just wipe off any residue that's on here from your ink pads. Try to make sure it's dry because you are going to get a smudge if you don't, and you don't want a smudge. There we go. I like that. We've got a nice blue feel to it without it being too bright. So let's look. Opposite colour of blue is orange, purple and yellow. Yeah. So let's go for this. So I'm going to pull out these colours and I'm going to go light to dark. So I'm going to go, I think, yeah, I think what I'm going to do, just put some dots here. Now, it's going to be hard to see, and I'm going to show you the little trick I used yesterday. It's a bit naughty, but it's good. It's just so can you see how you get a nice blend? So you put the pens up right. The only problem with it is you're going to get a definite line if you're not careful. So just, although it's a good sheet, just be mindful that it can create lines if you're not careful. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to take that off there, put some more in there, and go back over with the orange just to create a little bit of I'm just going to put some orange pattern in. Right, so that's quite a light orange. I'm going to go with a little bit darker. It's only quite light this, I don't want it too bright. I'm just suggesting colour it rather than colouring it. And then red. And what we're going to get is like a nice hue, as I call it. And I'm definitely going to pay attention to from the shapes. And the reason I'm doing that is because it creates like a halo. Okay, I quite like that. So sometimes you have to take a bit of time to see, right, do I want a bit more there? Do I want a bit more there? Do I like that colour? Do I want a different colour? And then I'm going to go with some pans, I think. There we go. It's been a long time since I've just done simple pattern with colour, and I'm loving it. I just want you to see how versatile the products are. And I think, you know, you look at everybody's, oh, I've missed the circle. Everybody's very conscious of that. When I've been down at HQ, it has been really noted that everybody's, you know, under the same sort of premise that, yeah, whatever we do has to have more uses and be worth buying, in the sense that you get plenty for your money, but well thought out. And what you don't want to do is just have it as a one-trick pony. And I've noticed that very much so as I've been. I love going there. I wish I could go there every day, but I think I'd outstay my blooming welcome. But I love it. I just feel very creative there. And normally when I go to work, when I used to work in that environment, I'd spend a lot of time just chatting, and I still do, but you know, got my head down working, and it was, you know, before I knew it, I'd done 3, although very simple. I'd done like 3 samples in an hour, and they're not rubbishy ones. Well, I hope they're not. So, just goes to show you, right products, right environment, create a lot of confidence and creativity. And it doesn't matter what creativity it is. It could be knitting, crochet, painting, Bob Rossing, you know, watercolor, whatever it is that you know, that floats your boat, do it. But it's taking the time out to do it that is the important bit. So here what I'm doing is I've brought a broad band of colour in there, which I might do up here by colouring it, and then I'm just feathering it out. But don't forget, you've got finer pens that will work on top. So if you wanted to... Oh no, is that it? Right, seriously, I am convinced now that Mr. Strimmerman is... Oh, he doesn't do it rest of the week. Only when I'm doing this, he's trimming his garden or his fences or his lawns or his weeds, whatever. I tell you what, I'm going to go and trim him in a minute. Oh, he's doing me head in. Right, so I've got a nice... Oh, I love the colour. I'm loving the colour. I need some pattern on here. I know. Getting this thinner pen, 0.3, which is like a hair. I'm going to do it first, see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Hear him? Right, this is just simple. It sort of works with the stamp, and I'll show you in a minute because it's a little bit fine. But wanted to show you that you could take elements from my stamps and draw them yourself. Why not? You've got a USB. You can change the colour. You can change whatever you want. You could just take a little bit. Just be mindful that some of these lines are a bit tight because you've got thinner areas to put them in. There we go. Can you see? And I think I put a gold pen on them, you know. But at the moment, just going to put in a halo. So a red blob, coloured in, okay? And this is the same premise as the... In fact, I'll show you a halo later on down here, because this might be a bit tight for it. And then I'm going to do the orange there, but you could do the next colour around it, which is the orange, just around the edge. Don't worry if you go over. And then the next one, see how you get a halo on them? Do it that way as well. And then the last bit, ooh, it's like a halo or a glow around the edges. But then what you do is you get your fine pen and just go and make them bigger. It's hard to see there because they're tiny minute little dots. I'm using a 0.3. So you can't see them, but you get the idea of nice flowers, and then you can just do, you know, like little leaves are. So here, I need some, I've got to do it because it's doing me head in. So I'm going to get I'd use 4, but I can't hold them. So, getting a bit of colour in. That's better. I suppose that's Poppy Day. I'm sorry if I can't answer you because I don't know. Because I've got all blue lines on you, so I don't know who's on and what anybody's doing. So if I don't answer you, I'm not being ignorant. I just don't know what anybody's saying. I do like to try and answer everybody. As in, I'm so very grateful for people commenting on my work, which, you know, I do really, really appreciate it more than you realise, I think. But yeah, so, oh yeah, that's like a little snippet of here. What do I want to do? I think I want to do some purple. So I'm going to go with these now. Blue purples. I'm going to get them together so I can see. There we go. Yeah. Oh, put your lids on. Get your lids on. Don't be doing that. Got to be careful too near them. So I've got blues up there, but I might go with aquarry colours here now and then go to a green. I think that'd be nice. What I'm doing is I'm swapping the colours over so that you can see a range of colours. So it might be yellow with the green, or it might be grey with the green. So either a darker or a lighter colour around the colour wheel. So I'm just adding some blue with some dots. Now there's parts of this I think I'd do again, and if you'd want to, you just decoupage them out. You just decoupage it out. You don't need it in. And the pens bleed so well with glossy accents. Not too much. Just enough. Just loving this. It's made me feel like I really am going to go out there and kill that man. Sorry, no, I'm not. Nobody was hurt in the filming of this. Nobody's got that much grass. Oh, for crying out loud. Right, got a little bit of blue there. Right here, I'm going to do some like purple in between. So that's better. Can you see? I'm just darkening areas up with it. So I've got that. I'm going to put a bit of, oh no, I'm going to go hot and cold with this, so don't worry. There are times you can do that. It's like a blue. If you put a green with it, it becomes a greeny blue. If there's more green than there is blue, it's greeny blue. If it's more blue than there is green, it's bluey green. It's a bit like they used to have. Do you remember pies? Well, in the UK, we have pies, right? And they have fillings. Well, they're supposed to have fillings. And years ago, we had meat and potato pies, right? Meat and potato. Because I worked at Chippy. My mum and dad had a Chippy as well, and I worked with them. But because of the meat content being nearly 0, the weighting had to change. So you couldn't call it meat and potato anymore. It was potato and meat. But if they were going to be really correct, it'd be water first, because that's what they're made of. So yeah, it's a bit like that. Whichever one has more content is the predominant one. So I'm going to cover that one up, I think, as well. So I'm getting rid of any dodgy squirrels in my stamping that I don't want. And I'm just going to put the pen on the stamping. And then I'm going to go over it. That does look a bit strange doing this, but it's a way of getting colour on it quite quickly without losing the pattern underneath. So I've got a dark there, so let's go for something a bit bright to colour it up. Can you see now how this? There we go. You can see the predominant colours now without losing it. Oh, I'm telling you, go strangling. This one here, I think it needs a little bit of patterning in here. So I quite like the blues I'm going to bring down. So let's do it. A little pattern in there. That's it. So a little diamond just to break up the white. Put the blue in as well in each side like that. And then I'm just going to get my pen and outline that. And the reason for that is it breaks it up a little bit so it doesn't look as weird. Doesn't look weird. Know what I mean? So on this one here, we're going to have to have orange because it's next to this. So I'm going to go with a light orange. So and even if you've got overlapping lines, doesn't matter because you go back over it in the orange and it creates wonderful sort of concentration of colour. So even if the lines are going over, it doesn't matter. Put your pink and your orange together as well. They look stunning. So here, let's think of a pattern that's quite applicable for this. And then I'm going to get my stamp out and just do a bit more here. So let's think now, what have I got here? So if we have, looking at this here. Like that. And then I'm going to go in with the lighter orange. Sorry, darker orange. And yellow. Bring that down. And then I'm going to use the purple that I've got here. And one of the other tricks is one of the stamps that I've got is brilliant because I've made it. Well, I've not made it. That's a flipping lie, that. I've drawn it and it's been created into a stamp. And I just think, oh, I need more. I need more of that. I need more of that because it's just genius. And Lauren did it, not me. Well, I did it. It's me. But she saw the potential in that one. And I was like, wow, she saw it more than me because I think I was a bit too near and she wasn't as near. It's like fresh eyes, isn't it? Right, now I've got to find it because I'm going a bit skew-whiffy with my eyes. Nothing wrong with them. It's just because I'm looking small. I'm not looking small, but things are looking small. Why do I have to have the biggest one going to put them on? Jeez. Right, I'm just looking at this one because you could put that in there. There's some on it as well. You know what I mean? You could put, just going to show you what I mean. I don't want a lot, and this is an old ink pad. So I'm not going to get, there we go. So what I'm doing is, I've just got that part of it, wherever you want. And we're just going to create our own pointillism with the stamp ink to get the edge. So I'm doing on and off, on and off. Perfect. And I'm creating an edge up there. Can you see? Oh, go away. And I'm going to do the same down here. Start little. Change direction. Put the small bits in first. There we go. Change it round and then bring the concentrated elements in. Just be mindful that that ink pad's rubbish. That's better. So I can put, when this dries, I can put colour in this, in the background, and use the stamp as the shading, which makes sense, if you know what I mean. That's it. Can you see how it's creating the pointillism now? Got it middle, padiddle. Right, perfect. So we've got an essence of pointillism now. We've got to let that dry, and then you add colour to it. But I think what I need to do, in the midst of all that, we'll have a bit of black in there actually. So in the midst of all that, we'll put in some, I think this will work with that. I'm hoping to. I think that might be a bit heavy. And if it is too heavy, all you do is go over it with a white pen. which I've got here somewhere. But you do need to let the ink dry, and I'm not, and it will kill my stamp, my pen. So just be careful, will you? If you've got your bestie's pen. Right, so I'm going to see if it does go on it. Yes. See how it don't like it? So you've got to really let it dry. Like a football field, that grass lawn, isn't it? So I've got those. I think what I need is your white pen. Breaks any dense areas up. I do think this needs a bit more work, but I would generally put a bit more effort into this with detail. I only had 20 minutes to get ready, so you know, I'm not, it's been difficult to sort of think, oh, I'll do this, and then the planning was a bit peaked on. But I love the idea of creating this landscape of imaginary flowers and bits of stamps made into different things, and yeah, I just love it. I just love it. So let's have a quick look. What time is it? Oh my goodness me, look at time. So where's, come on, whenever you're there, let's have a look. Looks good, doesn't it? The gold pen here. I just need to put here some bumps like that. I think that works quite well. And you can continue it if you wanted to. So if I wanted to just continue this line across, or maybe that one. Which one should we do? Or maybe both. Like that. If you wanted to continue it across. Like that. So yeah, you've got loads and loads of different ways of doing it. It does need gold and silver pens, especially here, but I will sort that out later, and I will bring it back and show you how different it looks with a bit more sort of colour and stuff in it. And here it looks a bit lost, so I think we need that's better, isn't it? It's sort of bringing it together. But the main element was, if we look at the colour, We'll go back to that now, and the cream on the top. You know, you could have it like that as well. Put it in a frame, put your colours on it. I think just up here, to stop it looking like a landscape, I would put another line in there that corresponds with that, and then it wouldn't look so much like a landscape. But if you wanted it, let's see what it looks like that way. It looks like layers under the ground, doesn't it? So yeah, so anyway, that was a really quick, unplanned Moodle, and it's been thank you, Yvette. Yes, it does. This is very much all about you just getting to know. And now I wanted to show you this because this is just me playing. You know, this will be one of the samples for the show. And I wanted to show you that whilst I've got the camera here, I could just quickly show you. I can show you what I'm doing. You can follow it as I'm working on it. And yeah, it's a bit of a new concept for me. But, you know, you'll be able to see the live work. You'll be able to see the proper sample finished in its entirety, finished on the show. And I think that's really important because then you really do get to see it properly. You know, you're not just seeing this, you're seeing it finished. But can I just say, these pens are out of this world. For a tenner, you've got an absolute bargain. You don't get my pens with it, obviously. Some people may think that, or a white, but you do get all those pens. And I'm using quite heavy strong paper, and it can fray them, and it hasn't yet. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll probably do one on Wednesday now. I'm going to rectify this, play with it, and I will see you all. Thank you so much for your support. If you'd like to go and see my website, it's louwithers.com. Lots of things on there to see. Lots of things, YouTube, whatever, to go and have a look. But I'll start trying to clean up this and do my next project. So thank you. Lots and lots of love. And yeah, I will see you from Wednesday. Bye.